What's happening, Sales Ascender? Sean's in the house. Hope you're doing well. Happy Taco Tuesday. I hope you're ready for a fun one today. I got asked a great question, and let me know in the comments below, what kind of tacos are you eating on today's Taco Tuesday? All right, let's get into it. Check it out. It is time for today's high ticket tune-up. So if you're catching a replay of this one's going to be really powerful. This is getting into the budget step. We're going to dive in. Trendy asks this. She says, Sean, during my sales calls, I get nervous when it comes time to quote price to the client. Do you have any advice? And I'm so glad you asked this, because a lot of people get into this place. A lot of people get into these sales conversations, and they're in this conversation and they're going through some things, and they uncover a little bit of pain that they can solve for their client. Like, for example, I always preach, keep it very simple. Stay focused on the one major problem that you solve. And when you know that one problem and you speak it out to the people, look, you're going to catch a lot of nets, and you're going to get into these sales conversations that are going to bring out a lot of really great stuff. And you'll get into some of the meat and the pain. And most sales people that haven't ascended into either sales professional or become a sales ascender, what they find is they just get the pain. They're like, great, I can solve the problem, and they end the conversation, and they never get into the budget steps. So Trendy, I'm so grateful that you asked this question. Here comes a really bulletproof answer that anyone can apply to any single industry that's out there. This one's going to be super valuable for you. So the technique is called the triplicate of choice. Again, the triplicate of choice. So what does it mean, right? So very, very simply, let's take a baseline. I'm just going to throw an example at you because this is a very easy one and a good one for a lot of people, and I think it'll be valuable. So let's say we're starting with a product that costs $10,000. Okay, so our product is 10K. And so how does the triplicate of choice work when you're in the sales conversation, you're about to deliver the message about price? Well, the first thing is you start with a number that's about 20% above your price. Okay, so if your price is $10,000 in this example, we're going to go up to $12,000. And there's three terms or three phrases, catchphrases that I put in order. Here they are. So the strategy is called the triplicate of choice. The tactics that we're going to deploy within the strategy are this. So we go 20% above your price, 50 to 100% above your price, and then your actual price. Okay, so remember that. So it goes 20, it goes 50 to 100, and then it goes your price. And then remember, when we're saying these words, the tactic we got to remember is most people, a fortunate few, and then those that are on a limited budget. So that's the three terms that I remember when I'm dropping a price. This is really valuable. So here's how it sounds when I put it all together. Again, we're starting with a baseline of $10,000. The 20% above is going to be $12,000. The 50 to 100% will be $15,000 to $20,000. And then our actual price again is going to be that 10K number. So here's what it sounds like. So Trendy, I'm so excited that you asked me, or maybe however you get to the part of that conversation, you're like, yeah, well, Trendy, I'm really excited to talk to you about the numbers of investment, because it seems like I definitely can solve this problem for you. And so most people that have this exact problem that you have, right? Most people that have the exact problem that you have are prepared to invest around $12,000 to fix this problem. And the reason is because the return will be, 10x. A fortunate few of these people, can invest between 15 to 20 grand to solve this problem, because they have a little bit more complications and some other things that are going on there. And then those are on a limited or fixed budget, usually can't go over around the $10,000 mark. So that's how you deliver the message. And then simply ask right after that, right back into role play. It sounds like, so which of these categories do you and your company or your family organization fit into comfortably? And then they're going to come back and think about the brackets you gave them. Remember, you gave them, the first one was 20% above your price. The second one was 50 to 100%. The third one was the actual price. Now, people that are conscious are going to be thinking about this and be like, well, I think I could probably be in that first $12,000 bucket. Or whatever choice they make, your universal response, and this is super valuable. So the universal response we're going to share is this. You say, well, what I'm really excited about is this. The model that meets all of your needs, it's exactly what you want, requires an investment of exactly the category that you chose. So I'm excited to move forward Is this something that you think you can do? And if you're going for a one call close, that might be the close statement that you use in that conversation. And trust me, it works nearly every single time. They will bracket themselves, and then you simply say, yeah, I'm really excited about this because the thing that's going to solve all your problems fits in that price bracket. So that's if you have to give different price points of the kind of a similar service or product offering based on, kind of where you're at in the market and what you're doing. Now, if say you're an agency, you can do the same technique with, the monthly amount. We have, and basically for example, in our sales agency, I always like to be real about this, right? Again, triplicate of choice. So I go from $5,000 up to $30,000 a month with our high ticket clients that they pay us. And so typically I would say something like, hey, most people are prepared to invest anywhere between about 10 to 15 grand a month to get our services that's actually going to build out your sales ecosystem. And the timeline that's required with that investment is going to be roughly 12 months, right? So that's, 10 to 15 grand a month for 12 months is typically what most people are prepared to invest. There's a fortunate few that want to go faster. They want to shrink that timeline down, and we can actually do it in a 2-day deliverable. And that one ranges anywhere from $40,000 to about $80,000 a month. And then those that are kind of on a limited or a fixed budget that just want to move in a good capacity. We have an 18-month program that's about $5,000 a month, $5,000 to $8,000 a month, right in there, depending on some of the specifics that go down. So again, which of these categories would you say you would fit best into, Mrs. Prospect? And literally they'll come back and they'll tell me, they'll say, oh, I would fit probably in, I want to go fast, or I want to go, 18 months seems the right time, or 12 months is the right move. And whatever they say, I say, wow, I'm really excited about this because guess what? The model that's going to meet all your needs is that one. I'm so glad you picked it. Like, it was easy. Is this something that you think you can do? And then close. Bam. Got it. So, guys, that was a super secret, powerful one that I use a lot of the time. Again, almost in nearly all of my selling conversations, this conversation comes up in one way or another. And this is the easy secret, the one way, the simple thing that you can listen to today that you can actually apply in your world. It's a little bit of strategy mixed with a lot of tactic that's going to move in the right direction for you. So Trinity, this was a wonderful question. Now you should have the framework you need in order to come back and quote the price to the client the way that you should feel very confident about it. That's the framework. Just follow the framework that I dropped in this video. Again, it's very simple. So a quick recap, it's called the triplicate of choice. And so the tactic within the strategy is triplicate of choice. The tactic is we go 20% above our price, we go 50 to 100% above our price, and then we give our actual price. And then the words are most people, a fortunate few, and then those that are on a limited or fixed budget. And so that's the framework. And if you can squeeze your pricing into that and make that conversation yours, I assure you, you will close more deals today, tomorrow, next week, next month, and next year, and you'll be able to continue to grow your business on autopilot. I love you. I hope you had a wonderful message here, and I hope you're having an awesome week so far. It's Taco Tuesday. Tell me in the comments below, was this valuable? If so, share this thing to somebody that you that you know is in sales. Like, listen, this video is very powerful for a lot of people. So with that said, I love you. Have a great Taco Tuesday. Let me know what kind of tacos you're eating today. And if you have any questions about anything sales related or prospecting related, because as I always preach, nobody respects prospecting enough. Prospecting is an art and a science, and it needs to be respected almost as the #1 most important thing in any business because it is the lifeblood, and that's what we do. So we love you to death. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow.